Hi guys, so today we'll be talking about roofs. Roofs are all about location, location, location. Where do you find the following types of roofs? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about climate. Climate dictates what roof you use, what material you use on the roof, what the structure is like, and how much insulation you need. I've had the privilege of traveling to a few beautiful places. Cuba is one of the places that I've been to, and most of the houses in Cuba have got flat roofs. This flat roof scenario is best in tropical environments with high humidity because flat roofs do not handle heavy rainfall very well or heavy snowfall very well. And so Cuba is got a lot of heat, and it does have rain, but not to crazy extremes. Cuba had so much flat roof kind of architecture that even their bus stops were flat roof bus stops, which were actually incredibly beautiful, and a lot of the roofs that they had were concrete, which has got a very low maintenance, and it lasts very beautifully in tropical humid climates. Another place where they use a lot of flat roofs is Durban, which has got quite a similar type of climate to Cuba. So pitched roofs. In Switzerland, I saw a lot of pitched roofs. Pitched roofs are for moderate temperatures. I don't know why Switzerland is classified as moderate, because when I was there it was flippin' freezing, and this is what it looked like. And so the pitched roofs in Switzerland are quite steep, steeper than normal, and they basically hold the snow, and they allow the snow to fall as it settles on the roofs. So that's really what a pitch roof is best applied for. And then vaulted and domed roofs I saw a lot in Prague. Prague has got an oceanic climate, which means that it is neither here nor there. It's not very hot in summer, it's not very cold in winter. However, when I was in Prague, they had the coldest winter they'd seen in 60 years. So I don't know, maybe I've just got a bad knack for arriving at places when it's in extreme temperatures, but these buildings were freezing cold, but also very, very good for rainfall, very good for heavy snow, and it did snow while I was there in these buildings. They dealt with the snow very, very well. And then, of course, you have your butterfly roof. This butterfly roof is from Guatemala. Guatemala has a tropical environment, but very calm winds. So butterfly roofs, they catch wind forces very easily. And so if you have a very windy place, like for example in PE, it's incredibly windy, then you need to tie that butterfly roof down like nobody's business, because the wind just catches the underside of the butterfly roof and can pick it right up. In Guatemala, there is quite a large rainfall, so you'll see that in the center where the two butterflies meet, there is one heck of a gutter which draws all the water off of the roof, and you can even see that there is some water dripping off of the side of the roof. So this type of roof is not good for very windy conditions, but it works very well in this tropical climate. Also, having the roof lift up like that brings in a lot of cool air and releases a lot of hot air. Alright, these are the 15 main roof types. Just pause this video and have a look at them so that you familiarize yourself with them. It's pretty self-explanatory. Then the roofing materials, the different types of roofing materials. These are not the only ones, but these are the main ones that are used. You get your concrete roof tiles, which are not good for snow, but they're good for very heavy rain and very, very bright sun. You get your slate, which is very common in South Africa, as well as the concrete roof tiles, which is basically good for all temperatures because it's very durable. Your your metal roofing, which has got between a 15 and 20 year lifespan, and so it's got incredible longevity, and it's used all over South Africa. We know it. Not the most beautiful, but they are becoming more beautiful and more sophisticated as time goes by. Then you get your wood shingles and shakes, which we don't see a lot of in South Africa. because this is for constant high temperatures. So the wood underwater and under cold temperatures would crack like wood does, shrink, and wood is a very alive type of material, and so it shrinks and it cracks and it does all sorts of things. And obviously we don't want our roofs cracking, because if our roofs crack, then water will come in. So that is only used in very constant high temperatures, like a desert environment. Then we've got our clay tiles that we see a lot of as well. Not very good for snow, but very good for heavy rain and very good under sunny conditions. And lastly, we have our asphalt shingles, which is basically for snow and heavy rain. I saw a lot of these in Switzerland. So roof supports. The basic structure of the roof is the truss. The truss is that triangle shape. You get timber trusses and steel trusses, and on top of those trusses you have these cross beams that are basically support structures for the actual roof material. The roof material gets fixed onto those support structures. This one, they're still busy putting them up. And those are called purlins. So this is how insulation works in a roof. You basically have, in this case, they are covering a concrete roof, but generally we don't cover our concrete roofs. This is just an illustration. And so you'll see that these over here are the purlins. Let's pretend that this is a truss over here. If this was a truss, your timber purlins would run this way across your trusses. And then in this case, they've put the insulation between the purlins. Okay. And underneath the insulation, they've put ciselation, which is that very shiny insulation. Okay, and then they've put a base sheet for the tiles and the tiles on top. Insulation is so incredibly important. It can be 5 to 10 degrees difference in your house, depending on how well it is laid. A roof without insulation also can become very noisy. For example, if you have a steel roof, then I don't know if any of you guys have been inside a shack type room without insulation. You literally cannot even hear yourself think, because it's so noisy when it rains. And so insulation is also a dampener for rain, for hail, for those types of things. It's not just about the cool and the hot. Okay, to take a look at some other roofs and what they kind of look like, to give you guys a better idea, you can click this link for more info. I highly recommend it. It's a very good link. And then to have a look at what over-purlin insulation looks like, please click this YouTube clip. Now, over-purlin insulation means that the insulation goes down on top of the roof structure, and then the roof material, the roof covering, goes on top of the insulation. This is the way that I design. I find that this keeps the maximum amount, it draws the maximum amount of usefulness out of the insulation. Not everybody designs like this. I do, though, because I feel that this is the right way, and so do these people. So please will you take a look at this video, and it'll also give you an idea of the different parts of the roof. And that is the end of this lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in class.